Hello everybody, and welcome back to BattleTech. So it's been a couple of days since I last picked this up, so we're gonna go ahead and see about looking around this. Okay, so we got medical points. Medical points are generated each day and spent to heal injured mech warriors. Medical points apply to all injured mech warriors simultaneously. Okay, so Behemoth side action for 39 days. Mech tech points each day spent to repair customized battle mechs. Tech points only apply to one mech at a time, so additional tasks are queued to be worked on next. If you go to manage tasks, okay. So let's check the barracks. MechWarrior roster. So we got me, salary normal. Oh, I've got XP to spend. Base melee, no. Guts, +1 to health, definitely. Tactics, indirect fire penalty, don't have any indirect fire weapons. Gunnery. And I guess piloting, we can go up there, and that's enough. And actually, are these shared? Let's check that. Let's confirm.
MechWarrior training complete.
What can I do for you?
Okay, they're not. They're not shared. So,
Receiving you.
Behemoth, why don't we put you up to? You got 800, so you could take a tactics boost. So we'll go ahead with that.
Training complete.
Waiting
Glitch.
for orders.
You got 800. You can take a piloting buff.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Standing by.
Medusa, I don't know you, so that's something. Evasive movement. This unit generates an extra evasive charge, but we need to put you in the spider, so we're going to put that on you. Permanent. You may only have 2 permanent abilities and 1 specialist ability, and the MechWarrior cannot be retrained.
MechWarrior training complete.
You're going to be our light pilot. Okay. So that's good.
Standing by.
And you're specialization defender, capable of standing their ground. There's a pilot, skilled in handling mech, avoiding damage through the use of evasive mode. Okay. Recruit. I don't have any specializations. All right. MechBay.
Welcome to the grease pit, Commander.
Mechs and storage. Okay, well we need to repair all of these. Oh, we got a locust on board. Cool, okay, well we need to... Shit, well that's... Unfieldable. This mech's unfit for combat and cannot be sent on missions. This may be due to destroyed locations that need replacements and or lack of usable weapons. So we don't have any spares, do we? Storage. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Components. We got some ammo, some large lasers, some medium lasers. And heat sinks and jump jets. Okay, well it looks like we need arms and stuff for the spider. What about this guy? Unfieldable. Scrap for C-bills. Send this mech to storage, remove all equipment. Pattern 3. Equip and repair this mech. Alright, I need to replace the center torso. Ugh, okay. SRM ammo. Put that in the center test, I guess. And we'll put the jump jets in the, well, center torso. I think that's good. This mech has one or more locations that are damaged. Got it. Repair that. Repair that. Okay, and confirm. Okay, repair center torso, right torso, left torso. That's going to cost us money and time, but we need to do it. So, we'll confirm that. We need the Shadowhawk.
I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay, that brought us down a little bit. 17 days, though, is not that bad. Let's get the Blackjack up and running, because he's damaged almost all over. We get you repaired. 10,000 C-bills, 5 days. Repair that. Let's manage tasks here. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Let's manage tasks. I want the Blackjack first. Close. And then we have the Spider. Yeah, gonna need to replace that, and that. Jesus Christ. Okay, so jump jets we're gonna place on the CT, at least some of them. Actually, we'll put it on the torso here. Yeah, I think that's good. And where are the laser mounts? 2 laser mounts? Looks like okay, CT. So put that in CT. Sorry, I'm using MechWarrior Online terminology. Repair that. Okay, that looks good. I don't think there's anything else we can really do. Is there? This mech has 1 or more locations that are damaged. Is there any place else that we can repair? I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is. Okay, and confirm. Yeah, that one's gonna take a while. Spider will be the last out of the gate there. Yeah, 40 days, but Behemoth will be online by then, so that's good. So got that.
Need something?
Talk to Yang. Hey, you boss. Welcome to the MechBay. My own little piece of heaven right here on the ship. Something I can help you with? I want an assessment of the Leopard. How much trouble are we in on the Leopard? Is Leopard the ship? Is that the class of dropship we're in? I don't know. I mean, we're doing okay at the moment, but give it a few months, maybe a year. You know how it goes. Eventually, everything falls apart. Okay. Tell me a little about yourself. How'd you get with the crew? Yeah, let's do that. That's a long story, boss. Shortest version I can give you. I signed on after I served my term in the Third Succession War, fighting for the Capellaran Confederation. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it? It's Capellaran? Capellaran, maybe. Capellaran Confederation. If you want to know more, you can ask whatever you want. Otherwise, let's get back to talking shop. Where are you from originally? Bryant in the Confederation. You may have heard our claim to fame, the cowardly lizard crow. Is an edible reptile indigenous to the planet Bryant. The meat of the cowardly crow is considered delicacy. No, well, trust me, they're delicious. Anyways, the story goes, Bryant was a really nice place once, a tourist spot, big with hikers and fishing enthusiasts, pale blue skies, emerald green seas, and a booming agricultural business. You know, the works. I never knew it that way, though. Stephen Armoris, born and died president of the Rimworld's Republic, got to it a couple centuries before I was born, and well, that was that. As the story goes, Bryant used to have these enormous orbital mirrors, storm inhibitors they called them. The Star League put them in place when Armories took the system in his civil war. He had his troops use them for target practice. Without those mirrors, Bryant reverted to its natural state, a miserable little ball of wind-blown dirt, actively hostile to human life. By the time I came along, the only places where people could live in relative safety were the planet's poles. Of course, you can't fit a planet's entire population into a handful of cities at its poles. Never was enough space, no matter how far down you dig or how tall you build. A lot of people, mostly the poor, died in the early days. There's still a lot of overcrowding in the Bryant cities even now. Oh, that sucks. Just talk to something else. Yeah, okay. Gotta get back to it. See you later, Yang.
Come back anytime.
Okay. Got a hiring hall. We did lose a guy. Girl. I'm not sure. Let's see. You got anybody here worthwhile?
Standing by.
Rough Rider.
Receiving you.
Sandbag. Base salary.
Commander.
Motown and
Ready for
Repo.
orders.
Merrick nobility. No strong central authority governs the adoption of titles of nobility in the Free Worlds League, but one thing is common of all of them. They're extremely wealthy. Repo.
Orders.
Standing by.
I'm not sure.
Standing by.
Mercenary recruit. The mercenary work is dangerous and the turnover is astoundingly high, especially on the fringes of the periphery. Most mercenary companies are constantly in search for new recruits. He's too expensive. Too expensive. I'm thinking...
Awaiting orders.
Receiving.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, we'll take Repo. We'll take Repo. Yeah, accept.
New MechWarriors available.
Woo! Okay, yeah, I think the Leopards are our ship. It might not be the class, but it's our ship. Store? Oh, we can buy things. Cool. We're very poor, so probably not going to be able to... I mean, mechs are probably very expensive. Yeah, all we have are locusts and spiders on here. Equipment, he sinks. We don't really need much right now. Well, let's take a look at... let's take a look at the command center.
Greetings, Commander. Come on in.
Available contracts.
What do you need?
Dryas. Always good to see you at Ops, Neil. What can I do for... Oh, yeah, her name's Neil. I want to know more about our debt situation. Yeah, sure, that's fair. I'm glad you're taking an interest. I've got time to talk into the to get into the nuts and bolts if you'd like, if you want to. Jesus, it's been a long day, guys. What'd you want to know? Remind me why we took out so many loans in the first place. How much time you got? I mean, we've been hit with 1,000 expenses since we were forced to flee. Cormadir. Haha, I remembered. But I guess you mostly interested in the big ticket items. Well, first and foremost, there's the Leopolds? Leopard? I'm just gonna... I don't know. I don't know if it's got a special pronunciation or if it's a foreign thing. I don't know. Leopard, but we're still owe a lot of money on this ship, and losing her isn't an option. Then you've got all the assorted fallout from our impromptu trip across the frontier, jump set passage, docking fees, miscellaneous travel expenses, all paid for on credit, as if we had a choice. There's more I could get into. The loan we took out to get set up Markham's family, etc., etc. Would then be guiding. Then we'd be gilding the lilies at this point. The fact is, we took in a lot of trouble with a lot of lenders, but hey, we're mercenaries. We live for trouble. Who are we in debt to exactly? I want names. How about I give you the top three? First, you've got Blue Horizon. They're the big commercial bank of Liatron? System in the Aquarian Frontier. Okay. They're the ones that own the lease on this ship. Then there's the Indari Consortium. They've got people everywhere, but they're based somewhere in Merrick space. We borrowed from one of their associates to make the jump away from Cormadir on the day of the coup. Finally, you've got the Lockton Lending. They're a frontier outfit from Hastron, and they're about as crooked as they come. Now, I wouldn't normally do business with an outfit like the Double L, but we didn't have a choice. They made a deal with Blue Horizon to buy half of our debt. So there's the big three: a commercial bank, shadowy financial consortium, and a bunch of leg breakers and cheap shoots. And each of them as dangerous as in their own way. That's enough money talk. Well, shit. We got some shit to go through, don't we? I got some questions about running this company. Sure thing, Commissar Roach. I'd be happy to help. What do you need to know? Contracts, finances, MechWarriors, events. Let's do the events. I think I understand MechWarriors. I think I understand the well, let's do finances. Let's do finances. It's pretty simple, really. Every 30 days, we have to pay the crew and cover our regular operating expenses, upkeep for the mechs that we have ready in our mech bays, upgrades to our equipment, things like that. So if we don't have enough C-bills to cover our operating costs at the end of the month, when our financial report comes due, we're out of business. Mark Life doesn't allow for second chances. Remember that whenever you're ordering weapon refits, ship upgrades, and make sure to reserve enough to cover our monthly rent, our monthly nut. Is that a common thing? I'm sure this is obvious, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How can I raise the operating costs of our company? How can I lower operating costs? Okay, how can I lower operating costs? Well, for starters, consider putting the mechs you don't plan to field for a while into storage. Although it'll require time and C-bills to refit their equipment and ready them for combat, stored mechs have no upkeep costs. By the way, remember that you can sell mech chassis and equipment if we're ever low on cash, or you see something shiny in a store that you just gotta have. Okay. Alright, I get that. That makes sense. So we got a lot of management. Just got a lot of management to do. Events. Things happen on a mercenary ship, Neil, all the time. You throw a bunch of mech jocks in a confined space, mech jockeys in a confined space with technicians and crew for months on end, you're going to see some spillover from the battlefield. And operating a mech outfit isn't a glamorous lifestyle. There are hard choices to be made on a regular basis, anything from breaking up a fight over petty bullshit to dealing with faulty power couplings. Well, they wouldn't be faulty if you ain't could get some goddamn good ones. So I'm going to channel my inner Captain Reed, Malcolm from Firefly. Yeah, let's talk. This is gonna be a slow burn episode. We're just getting to know everybody. Yeah, sure. I've got time to talk. Before any of this started, you worked with the Arano Royal Guard. Tell me about it. It was more than just deployment. It was a full campaign. High Lord Tamati gave us the job back in 19. I think that's 3019. We were supposed to be assisting the Royal Guard to round up and eliminate pirate clan at Fidgeler. I don't know how to pronounce that. Definitely. I wish there was I wish if I could hover over it and it would give me a phonetic spelling of the word. That would be awesome. Commander Markham thought it'd be easy money. Turned out to be anything but. We lost a dozen MechWarriors in 3 months of the Fidgeler campaign. Had to hose them out of the cockpits. Would have been more if it wasn't for Sir Raju. He saved our people's asses on more than one occasion. Went out of his way to do it. The thing is, he didn't have to. We weren't under his protection. We were the hired help. Yeah, old Mastiff knew how to take care of people. Where are you from? I grew up at the Nesano Heights. It's one of the HAB stations orbiting Artu. Artru? 30 decks of economic stratification with the corporate suits on the upper decks and everyone else crammed into lower ones. Moldman was a dockhand. We lived on deck 28, 2 levels from the bottom, with the other station maintenance personnel. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, my dad would load and unload cargo shuttles. Vacuum-sealed Quelliar? A bioengineered crop that serves as a staple foodstuff of the inner sphere. It looks like an ordinary grain, but grows twice the size of Terran corn. It can be textured and flavored to mimic a wide variety of fruits, grains, and vegetables. A nutrient paste for people like us, and luxury goods for the suits upstairs. The old man must have unloaded 1,000 cases of Castillerian? An aquatic world-formed eel roux, a Plump, succulent eggs the size of melon balls. Never got to taste any, though. Any one of those tins would have cost him half a year's wages. Well, that sucks. Anyway, Neil, I wouldn't want to saddle you with my life story. Sufficient to say that I got an eyeful of what I didn't want to be on Nassau Heights. I did what I had to do to change my circumstances by the age of 16 and struck out my own. I left that station with a handful of skills, an enormous web of contracts, and a rucksack full of that expensive caviar. And once I made it off Nassau Heights, I never ever looked back. Huh. Good for you, man. Good for you. I gotta run.
I'll see you.
So we got contracts we can take. Seek and destroy from Merrick, Free Worlds League. Our intelligence confirms that a lance of local government military units operating on, oh, Jesus. Oh, I know this word. Fuck it. Within a region we control. All Merrick operatives are at risk as long as this lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Hunt down the enemy lance and eliminate it. This is a straightforward battle, Commander. Finding a military lance in a backwater like this would be no challenge at all. This is a half a skull of difficulty rating. This includes traveling to another world. 12 days. We could do that. Let's negotiate. Contract salvage. The first value, priority salvage, and number of items you may choose from all of the available loot on the battlefield. The second value is the total number of items you'll receive, with the remainder chosen at random. Be aware that if you destroy enemy mechs, chassis, and equipment, those destroyed items will not be available as salvage. You know what? I would like to take 2 and then get 8. So we choose 2 of that. Payment is 57,000 C-bills. You know what? I can deal with that. Well, hold on. Let's travel first. Let's where's it? Navigate. Oh, we got someone else. Your company's navigator and Leopard pilot. Speak to surrounding to learn about navigation, the hiring hall,
Yes,
store.
Commander?
Hey, Commander, can I do something I can do for you? Does the decision about uncertified contracts satisfy your concerns? My concerns won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs. But this is a step in the right direction, and that makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risks that uncertified contracts entail, by the way. I mean, I know that what we're doing here is dangerous, but it's the best chance we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. Tell me something about yourself. Well, I'm from a noble family like you, rolled money, made our fortune out in Rosselhog, then repatriated to the Taurian Concordant, and that's where I grew up. I'm not sure if this is the kind of stuff you're hoping to hear, but we can talk about whatever you want. I'm not shy. No, that's about all I need to know. Trustworthy-ish. I gotta get back to it.
Commander?
Alright, let's see where we're gonna go. So we've got this much to go. Okay, so that's the Directorate. That's the Turian Concordant. That's the Confederation. That's oh, I forget their name. House Davian. And that's the Free Worlds League. Forget what this is. I think this is the Matriarchal Society. So we're just in this little stretch of territory here. I'm saying, why don't we go here? We travel 12 days, 30K. As a travel contract, the employer is offering to pay the travel costs in exchange for taking the contract. I'm not sure about that. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, what's our... We got 5 days for the Blackjack, 22 for the Shadowhawk. Let's advance time a couple of days. Okay, so we got our blackjack back. Hold on a second. I'm getting a weird sound bug here. Audio. I don't know what's going on with that. Wasn't getting that last time. It's like a little popping noise. That might just be me. Not sure about that. I might have to check that in my waveforms here. But either way, okay, let's... Oh, by the way, I forgot to completely say, we've changed everything. We're now known as Roach's Roughnecks. If we check here. Faction reputations, financial review. But yeah, here's our heraldry. Primary gray and a darker gray with a metallic red is our accent color. We're using this as our crest and Roach's Roughnecks. Because I, of course, was going to put a reference to Starship Troopers into this. Alright, let's negotiate here. I've got, I'd like to have 2 of 8. You know what, we'll take 1 and we'll get the extra money. Alright, accept.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Let's head out.
Engines prime. All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity.
Shakedown. You're on the Leopolds. Leopolds? Is it? Leopards? I'm not sure. Bridge with Sarami, Yang, and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says, we've received 3 messages from the banks. Loan sharks. Sarami cuts in. From the people who are financing us, Darius continues, they're considering rewriting the terms of our loan so it'll be easier to seize the ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they're believing we can't fight it in court. Sweet talk the banks, ignore the message, educate the banks about their mistakes. Just try and sweet talk them. I'll talk to them, you say, and the meeting moves on. Afterward, you record a response. In it, you explain with much gravitas that you selected each of the banks for their prestige and reliability. You remind them of your impeccable payment history. You conclude by expressing your desire for a long and fruitful financial relationship with them, hinting that you may seek additional loans when your current ones are paid in full. A few days later, the banks contact you to say their previous messages were sent in error, and should be ignored. Your company has gained the following tags. Loan status, fair. The company's credit is currently rated as fair by the banks financing the Leopard, which should at least deter them from sending bounty hunters after you. Continue. And keep going. There we go. We just docked at a station. Oh no, we didn't dock at a station. This is a jump ship. I forgot. Yeah, normal ships don't necessarily carry jump equipment. These things don't have engines on them. You go to one of them, you dock, and they jump between systems, like different jump points. And now we are heading on our way to this planet. We've arrived at, I'm going to have to figure out how you pronounce that. Commander, ready to proceed with our current contract? Proceed? Not yet. We've got 3 days before the Shadowhawk's back in action, and we can put somebody in it. But looking at the time, that is the end of this episode. So a little bit low, but, you know, it's just getting to know everybody. And I'm also going to figure out what's going on with the sound. But yeah, thank you for joining me for this episode. If you'd like to, please leave a comment down below. Also hit that like button. If you want to support the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, as well as taking a look at the description down below where I have links to my Discord and my Patreon. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!